Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Psych with SOKZ. I know I've been a little bit quiet on YouTube and I'm sorry about that, but something really exciting happened. I finally became a registered psychologist. I know, let's just take a minute. It took me 8 years to get here. Mind blown, but it's done. I did it. And now I want to give you the knowledge that you need from general registration all the way through to actually practicing psychology. Now, thank you for coming back to my channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe, because that way you will know every time I post a new video. Press that bell icon so you can get post notifications for every single time I upload a new video. Now, today I want to talk about the important stuff. Of course, this video isn't going to be for everyone, but I've got a lot of messages and questions from provisional psychologists or people starting off in psychology wanting to know what the steps are from general registration until you actually can practice psychology. Now, when you put through your general registration application, you need a whole lot of information. You need to have all of the competencies throughout your internship to be eligible to get the general registration. You also have needed to pass the National Psychology Examination, and you need to have 4 successful case studies. Now, all of these things combined and a wait time of almost 3 months and something like $650+ later, AHPRA will approve your general registration. Given that you've done your 3,000 hours, that everything is up to date and the ratios are correct, and that you've done statutory declarations, you've had criminal checks done, you've got every signature under the book, and then you need to wait for them to process your paperwork. Now, if you finally get there, then you become a registered psychologist. But it doesn't end there. Now, what I found out about after I got my general registration paperwork, you need to get professional indemnity insurance. Now, you would have to have had professional indemnity insurance throughout your internship unless you were covered by the organization that you were working for. But this is going to cost you another $600 unless you join the APS. Now, the APS is Australian Psychology Society. You don't necessarily have to join, but I wanted to become a member because they have really great webinars. They have a lot of PD sessions. They have information that you can utilize throughout your working life. So I thought, yep, I'm gonna be a member. Now, membership cost me $630. Sure, $630 to become an APS member. You have to wait until your application is approved by the board. After you are successfully approved by the board, you can then use your APS membership to get a discount with Aon. Aon is an insurer that a lot of psychologists use. Now we're at almost $1,000 and I've made no dollars yet. So you get your professional indemnity insurance, you become a member of the APS, then you need your Medicare provider number. This doesn't cost you anything, but you need to download the form off the Medicare website. To become a Medicare provider, you need to fill out the organization that you'll be working for, or a private clinic, medical center, whatever it may be. You then need to put in your information and send it off to Medicare. That's another 3-week wait. I'm still waiting, and it's been, I think, 14 days or something like that. Not that I'm counting, but as soon as you get your original provider number, you can then go online and add additional numbers to that. So if you're working at different clinics or different medical centers, so you can then just add that organization to your Medicare provider numbers, and for every single place that you work for or at, you'll have a different provider number for Medicare. Now, whether you're going to work for someone or you're going to be a sole trader, you need an ABN number. A personal sole trading ABN, you can register a company, you can register a business name, whatever avenue you want to take. Luckily enough for me, my mum is an accountant, so she'll organize all the paperwork for me. So now that you have your ABN, you've got your professional indemnity insurance, you've got your Medicare provider number, now you need to find somewhere to work. A lot of the times people want to work for a company or an organization as they start off. A little bit more exposure, a little bit more understanding of different groups, which is fine. Personally for me, I wanted to be a sole trader or someone that works at a clinic but work for myself, and the clinic gets a percentage of that. Now, if you think you were going to be a millionaire in the first year of finishing this torturous process of becoming a psychologist, think again. I'm not saying that it's not good money, but if you're working for a clinic, they are getting a major cut. Depending if you're working with full fee paying clients or you're working with bulk billing clients, that determines how much money you're going to make. Now, a lot of the clinics are taking a 70-30 cut. That seems to be pretty average for everywhere that I've spoken to, or other psychologists that I know that have been looking for places to work. Some places are really generous and they'll give you 80-20, and some are looking at 50-50, which I don't think is fair on us because we've worked so hard on this. I personally think that you should go for a 70-30 split. I think we deserve more than that, but that seems to be the consensus right now, so that's what it is. Now, Medicare is going to cover the client $84.80, so 30% of that will go to the clinic and 70% will go to you. Now remember, we have to do our own superannuation, we have to do our own taxes, so you have to organize that as well, so that comes out of your payment as well. So really, we need to organize our business side of things before we actually become a psychologist, because you're going into something quite new and you may not know the business side of things. Really sit down and speak to someone that does, speak to an accountant, friends, family, anyone that really knows a little bit more than you do about the business side of things. But ensure that you have all of these things. Now, you need to figure out what age group you want to work with. If it's everyone and you're happy with doing a scope of things, that's great. If your niche is children and young adolescents, excellent. If you like working with mature adults, that's good too. Really find what you feel comfortable with at the end of the day and work towards that. Build yourself up in that space so that you have a lot of experience going into new jobs. I've decided to go into private clinics because I feel the most comfortable there, and I think that it's a good flow of clients and that I'm able to build my calendar quite quickly. Some of the clinics I'm going to work for are bulk billing clients, and some of the clinics I'm going to work for are full fee paying clients. Now, that depends on my split, of course, but that's where I'm trying to find myself at the moment. Now, I'm currently going to start in Miranda, Rosebery, Bankstown and Concord. So those 4 locations are going to be what makes up my week, and I'm so excited to finally take on some clients and be my own boss, really. And I'm super excited to start this journey, and now that I have my full registration, I can really make videos about everything, and I want to specifically work on the harder topics and treatments for that. So we're going to talk treatments, we're going to talk disorders, we're going to talk everything and anything psychology related, because now I'm a registered psychologist and I can give you all the tips and tricks on how to manage your mental health. So if you like this video and if I've answered some of your questions, amazing. If I haven't, please leave them in the comments below or DM me on Instagram at PSYCHwithSOKZ. If you haven't already, and I know I told you at the start, but subscribe to my channel because you don't want to miss this stuff. This is going to be epic. I'm so happy to be back, and I'm so excited that I'm finally registered, and it means the world to me that you've come on this journey with me. Thank you so much. I'm forever grateful, and I'm so excited for this journey to start. Finally, you have been watching another episode of Psych with SOKZ, who is now a registered psychologist. I'll see you next week.